Good morning. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com, joining you for my weekly Facebook Live. Today I am going to be showing you a really fun shaker card. And usually shaker cards are kind of labor intensive and include a lot of steps. So the card I'm going to show you today is something that the demonstrators were shown at our gathering, and it's a super cute way to use the clear envelopes to make a shaker card. So I'm going to show that to you today and give you my own interpretation of that. Good morning, Debbie. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be making a fun shaker card using Stampin' Up's clear envelopes as well as the Snowflake Splendor designer series paper. But first I want to share with you some exciting news. Stampin' Up is celebrating Black Friday a day early, and that's today. So all day, most everything in Stampin' Up's annual catalog is 10% off. There is a list of about 74 exclusions, but other than that, you'll find a 10% discount online, everything from the Stampin' Trimmer to the Stamparatus to most of the cardstock and ink pads. So hop on over to my store, kimquady.stampinup.net, if you want to shop. But first, let's make a fun shaker card this morning. So give me a minute to put my camera down and I'll show you how I created this fun card. All right, so there's a peek at the card, and you can see the shaking in there. I did wanted to do a kind of a snow theme, so I used the Snowflake Splendor designer series paper from Stampin' Up's August through December mini catalog, as well as the Let It Snow comes from the Snowman season stamp set, which is in the annual catalog. So that would be a 10% off discount today. So the ingredients I used to make that card include, excuse me, getting kind of crazy here, wiggling the camera around. The ingredients include a Night of Navy cardstock base that I scored in half, and I will fold in half as well. It also, I have a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of Whisper White, and that will go in the middle of the card, so you'll be able to write on that. The Snowflake Splendor designer series paper is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. There are 2 different sides to that. Good morning, Sue. Thanks for popping in. I'm going to show you a shaker card that we made in class last week, and that I learned how to make at Onstage Stampin' Up's demonstrator gathering. So I'm going to use this side of the designer series paper, as well as a circle from the stitch shapes and a stitch circle from the layering circles dies. One of Stampin' Up's clear envelopes, you'll find them in the envelopes section, and a piece of ribbon, and this kind of almost passed me by, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's part of the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack, and it's the Misty Moonlight Baker's Twine, and it just has some silver in it. It's super pretty. Hey Chris, thanks for popping in. So the first thing I'll do to get my shaker card going is do the stamping first onto my circle that I have, the Whisper White circle. So I have the Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm going to use the snowflakes from the Snowman season, and I'm going to stamp off twice because I don't want I want the snowflakes in the background. I don't want it very dark, so you could put as many snowflakes on there as you wanted. And with these photopolymer stamps, I am using the Stampin' Up's Stampin' Pierce Mat. It helps us get just a really good pressure on our stamps when we're using the photopolymer. Those totally see through. So here's my Let It Snow from the Snowman season stamp set. I'll just press evenly and firmly in here to get my good impression. And there we go, we're ready with that. I'll get our stamping done so we can do the fun part of the creating here. I'm going to just grab my glue dots and put a few glue dots on the back of, if they want to stick this morning, on the back of this white piece, and put it in the middle of our scallop. Okay. Alrighty. So let me show you where the fun is with this. So here's my 5 by 3 3/4 piece of designer series paper. I'm going to slip it into Stampin' Up's clear envelope. Tuck it, make sure it's tucked right down to the bottom and over to the side. This is going to be the front of my card, so the flap will be in the front. I have some of Stampin' Up's Snowflake sequins, so I'm going to take a pinch of those, and of course I'm going to get them all over the place. And I'm going to pinch a few and put them in the front of my, it's really staticky today, put them in the front of my, and in the bottom of that. And I also had some leftover Stampin' Up's Dazzling Diamonds, the glitter. You can use any kind of glitter. And I also saw a demonstrator do she used like coarse sea salt for the snow, and that seemed like a good idea. So I'm just using an 1/8 teaspoon. You can put as much or as little in as you want. And I'm gonna put a couple of scoops of the glitter in here. That's gonna make my snow. I should cover that so that it doesn't end up like everywhere. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure that's in the bottom of my card. I'm gonna flip it over. And the first thing I'm gonna do is take the adhesive off of the flap and fold it all the way down to, oh, I gotta make sure we need to make sure that that's tucked right in the corner and to the bottom. So make sure that's, and so seal that with the envelope. So we've got that tucked in there. Then using a bone folder, I'm going to make a crease in I'm gonna fold the little piece over the top and make a crease here. And just bringing in some Scotch tape, I'm going to seal this closed so that our sequins and the glitter can't escape. Like, I will remind you once again, this isn't my idea for this shaker card using the envelope, but the design is I wanted to use snow. So, and I'm just going to seal that closed with that tape. And I'm probably using too much tape, but I know that smaller pieces helped me get that down there. All right. So we've effectively created the shaker part of our card right there. Then that's just going to go on the front of our Night of Navy base. But first, however, I do want to put the ribbon on. So I have quite a bit of ribbon here. I suppose I have about 20 inches. So I'm going to start in the front, wrap it around the back, and bring it around. Oops, it's easier said than done this morning. Bring it around, and then I will tie a bow. And I want to get that done because I will be able to put that anywhere I want until it's taped down. And once it's taped down, it's done. So I'm just going to move that. I know that I want to put the bow over to the side, so the envelope is slippery enough. Schmooze the little, oh, good morning, Tammy. Thank you. It is snow sweet, isn't it? Not that we get any here in Arizona, but we can always pretend. So I'll trim that off. All right. All right, so I'm going to use Stampin' Up's tear and tape all across the back of the this piece, so it'll go on the base nicely. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the top, put the tear and tape, and it tears or you can cut it. You don't really want it to overlap here. Good morning, Brenda. I'm making a shaker card. I think you might have seen this one before, but it's super fun using the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper and Stampin' Up's clear envelopes. And I'm reminding everyone about Stampin' Up's Black Friday sale on Tuesday. Almost everything in the annual catalog is 10% off. So I know this is kind of labor intensive, and then you'll watch me peel off the strips so that we'll be able to put that on the front of the card. The two went well, and now I'm going to struggle. I have little fingernails, but I'm sure there's a tool for that. All right, so I've got that off it there. Okay, so there's our shaker. I'm just going to apply it right to the front of my Night of Navy base. Okay, super cute. I'm gonna get that ribbon just. Then using some of Stampin' Up's dimensionals, I'll get that attached. Yeah, I know. I saw somebody, in response to Tammy, I saw someone put Santa hats on the cactus yesterday, and I thought that was pretty cute too. So yeah, icicles on our palm trees are kind of crazy. All right. And there's our Let It Snow for the front of the card. I always try to put the dimensionals on the top and the bottom so it straddles the ribbon so it doesn't flop with the ribbon. I'll bring in my Stampin' Seal Plus to put the piece in the middle, the white piece, so you'll be able to write a message on the card. And while we have our snowflake stamp out, let's just put a couple of snowflakes at the edge of our card. Again, I'm just crazy. Sorry about that, making the camera move. And a couple of snowflakes for the inside of the card. And while we're at it, how about on the front of the envelope? I know, Dawn, on the envelope. Sometimes I get so busy stamping, I forget to decorate the envelope, and everybody reminds me, no naked envelopes. So there, I've done that today. All right, so we're ready to go. The one last thing I would like to do with this shaker card is to add some bling to the front. Okay, that's my finished one. Here's my other one that I need to add the bling to. So I have these holiday rhinestone basic jewels, and I'm just going to grab a couple of those off and decorate the front of my card with that, and I can put them anywhere I want, and they're self-adhesive. So there we go. That is today's creation, a shaker card using Stampin' Up's clear envelopes, the Snowman Season stamp set, the snowflake sequins, and I think I mentioned before that you could, if you have any dazzling diamonds or any glitter left over, even coarse sea salt will work for the snow on the inside. So thanks for joining me today. Remember, Stampin' Up's online extravaganza is all day today, 10% off almost everything in the annual catalog. There is a list of 74 exceptions to that. You can shop from my online store starting at kimplayswithpaper.com or at kimquady.stampinup.net. I'll be back next Tuesday morning at 8:30 for another card class. Thank you, Chris. It is a fun card, isn't it? And then Friday, I'll pop in at 8 o'clock for another installment of There's a Kit for That, where I will be showing one of Stampin' Up's fun, all-inclusive kits. Everyone have an awesome day. Leave any questions in the comments that I can help you with. I'm glad that you were able to pop in and join me today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.